Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I'm Joanna. I have a very fun art video today. So I was scrolling through the Instagram as one does, and there was an ad. There was a deal going on, first box free, just pay shipping. So I said, okay, and then I canceled the subscription immediately because I don't want to subscribe, even though art supply showing up at my door every month would be really fucking fun. That's besides the point. What is Sketchbox? It is a subscription box where they send you art supplies. Disclaimer, I did already open this box because I was far too excited when it came in, and honestly, I was a little disappointed because I thought there would be more items in the box. There was only 6 items, and I don't know why I was expecting more, but I was expecting more. That's enough intro, let's get into the video. So first off, we have this beautiful artwork here by this person, Pam Schmaltz. Gorgeous. Open up the box. Honestly, I really love this tissue paper. This is such a pretty color. It's coming up a lot more like dark sky blue on camera, but it's more of a cyan in person. It is a beautiful color. That's not important though. This is what's important. We have another piece of beautiful artwork, A Pretty Little Butterfly by Lana. This is the little note card with a description of all the stuff in the box. There is so much shadow. I am so sorry. This is what you get for trying to film in a college dorm. Shitty lighting. Here we have a fancy little watercolor brush. A very cute little Sketchbox sticker. I have no idea where I'm gonna put that, but it's cute. This is a pan of watercolor paint in the color turquoise. I actually have another pan like this. I'm not sure if it's the same brand, but I have another pan of like this that is purple. I think it's cute that I now have 2 little tiny pans of individual watercolor. This is a set of watercolor pencils. It's a set of 6. And lastly, we have this little packet of watercolor paper. Very tiny size. Okay, I brought on my ring light, so hopefully the lighting situation is a little bit better. I'm gonna start off by only using the Sketchbox materials just to see how all of them kind of work together. I would like to have at least one only sketchbook materials painting. The only thing I'm not limiting myself to is paintbrushes, because it is not going to be easy doing an entire painting off of one rather large paintbrush. I usually don't use large paintbrushes, so I have an assortment of all of my other extremely old and used paintbrushes. Obviously this box was watercolor themed if you haven't figured it out already. Also, I don't know why I've been getting frog vibes from this box, so the first thing we're gonna paint with sketchbook materials is frogs. This watercolor paper was surprisingly difficult to open, so enjoy me struggling. First, I flipped over to the back of the first page just to try out all of the supplies on their own, get a feel for how they work. I started with the pencils. I also mixed the blue and green pencils and then went over that with my sponge brush instead of an actual watercolor brush, just to see what kind of effect the sponge would give. And here you can see that nothing bled through onto the front of the paper, meaning this is very thick, good watercolor paper. And now starting with a pencil sketch for the first painting. I'm going with a cute, stupid little cartoon frog on a lily pad in the lake with a forest in the background, because you can't get much more cliche than that. Once I had everything all drawn out, I came in with my kneaded eraser to lighten up those graphite lines. Now with the watercolored pencil, I am starting in the lake with the blue colored pencil. I am outlining everything with the pencil itself just by pressing a little bit harder and then coloring in everything with the pencil also, but keeping a lighter hand. Since I only have one shade of colored green pencil, but there's a lot of green in this image because frog, lily pad, and forest, I mixed the yellow and the green for the frog, and then there was no brown, but I kind of need brown for the trees in the background, so I mixed red, yellow, and blue, hoping that would give me brown. For the sky, I am using the turquoise watercolor pan because I wanted to get a little bit of everything in this painting. And now that everything is colored in with the watercolor pencil, I'm coming over with a wet paintbrush to activate it. And now it's actually looking like watercolor instead of colored pencil. And my concoction of the 3 primary colors actually did kind of give me a brownish color. Whoa! Here's where I am at the end of night 1. I'm gonna let this dry and come back tomorrow and work on it a bit more. It's tomorrow, back to work by adding the reflections and the shading in the water. Now to get some watery texture in the lake, I'm taking the turquoise watercolor pan and my sponge brush and sponging some of the watercolor over the watercolor pencil that's already there. The frog needed a bit of cleanup, so I outlined it in micron. Everything else I just left as is. And with that, I called it done. Drop some name suggestions for this little frog in the comments box, okay? And I will see you in the next video. Bye!